Hi, everyone, and welcome back. So, firstly, I want to apologise for not putting up anything last week. The first week in November is a pretty manic time for us because it's the week when these beautiful babies were born. And watching the fireworks together has been a family tradition ever since. So let's fast forward 13 years and I've grown another arm, which is pretty cool. This is my hero arm and it was a huge help during the last minute shopping trip for their birthday. This was the day before. Yeah, I'm that parent and I'm unashamed of it. Here I'm preparing a very personal gift, a box of 13 years of you for each of the boys. And honestly, I was a complete wreck. Looking through their old pictures, cards and drawings was super emotional. But there was no time to dwell because we were off to Centre Parcs. And this is our puppy's first glimpse of the forest. We were so excited to be back. We've been coming here for years. It's a bit of a tradition over the boy's birthday, but any time will do. It's a place that holds a very special place in our hearts, and we've created some wonderful memories. Here's a memory from 5 minutes in this year.
And then just sticking it like a baby bird.
Dad, how slow can you drive? Why me? I didn't want to be.
Despite the laughing, we all really empathise with him in this moment. Well, maybe not his twin, but anyway, into the lodge we go, and the boys were super happy with their personalised birthday message and that our lodge was cleaned by a Karen. Arranging the furniture into comfy seats and dens is also a bit of a tradition. So as the boys left for their late night swim, another tradition, I never realised we had so many, I got to work. This was the most frustrating part. Every time I pulled one corner of the sheet, the other would pop off. A real one-handed problem. But there, ready for film night. Okay, so while I set up the boys' birthday dinner, I wanted to show you a difference the hero arm makes to my life. Look at the difference in my posture when I'm not using it. My shoulders are hunched, I'm leaning forward, my arms tucked into me, all of which are having a negative effect on my overall body balance. I believe that people with a limb difference can pretty much learn to do whatever they want to, either with or without a prosthesis. But the fact of the matter is the way we adapt isn't always great for our bodies, and this can get worse with age. So for me, one of the most empowering things about using the hero arm is learning new ways and changing old habits. So this is the moment I realised my puppy was chewing on something she shouldn't be, cue scrambling under the table to find out what it was. And I realised it was actually one of the boys' birthday candles. I needed to ascertain how many she'd eaten and what to do next. And here comes the anxiety attack. Right now I'm on Google. I'm feeling hot, I'm feeling irritable, and I'm Googling how toxic candles are, how toxic these candles are. Will an emergency trip to the vet be required? If I leave it, will the wick wrap round her intestine and cause it to explode? So many different catastrophizing scenarios going round in my head. But fortunately, I spent most of my 20s living with debilitating health anxiety. Obviously not fortunate at the time, but it did mean that in this situation, I had the tools to be able to ground myself and move on. Right, it's time for cake. Having twins means that individuality is super important, so we've always gone for 2 cakes. One of the boys' favourite is a Bakewell tart, so I decided to make a Bakewell tower. They're having a party next week and have the full-on cake then. I realised I should have been filming from this angle the whole time, but hey, perfectly imperfect. And then I came up with this Bionic hack because putting the candles into their little holders was super fiddly, even with the hero arm. So I played around and I came up with this much easier way. Ingenious. And that's pretty much it. All that's left to do is finish setting up the table. Look how easy that was. And I won't subject you to my singing here. The boys describe it as worse than candles down a chalkboard, so I won't inflict that pain upon you. But look at their little faces. I'm so glad they both enjoyed their 13th birthday. Finally, a few shots of our puppy, who has already inadvertently appeared quite heavily on this film. And rightly so. She's entering adolescence too, and honestly is more high maintenance than both of the boys put together. I'm realistic that this isn't always going to be the case, but for now, it's pretty hard work. Training is super important, and here's one of her favourite games. Guess which hand it's in. I'm so glad that I can do this now. When I try it without the hero arm, she just looks super confused. Training really supports with her listening, and I wish that it works so well on my human children, but hey, we're a work in progress. I hope you've liked this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave any comments. Bye, everyone.